Hello guys, hope wherever you are doing fine. My name is Grace. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing, leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, and we shall be blessed so that the good news of the Word of God can reach to as many people as possible. When you recommend this or you give a like, it will be recommended to many, and it shall help us to spread the word of the Lord. So today I want to talk about Hezekiah. We know very well the story of Hezekiah, how he got ill, and when the Lord sent his messenger Isaiah, he told him that God had sent him and he would live for another 15 years. This was a message before Isaiah had given Hezekiah that he was to die because he was not to recover from the illness. But Hezekiah turned to the wall and cried so bitterly. He prayed to God, and from the prayer he was given another 15 years to live. Remember, Hezekiah was a king and he had done so much in Judah. And during this time, he was so honored. He had done a lot. And from this, many people will learn about how God gave him another 15 years to live, but we do not read about what had made him get ill. Remember, he was made so successful and he got so honored by the people because of what he had achieved. He was able to destroy all the altars that were praying idols, and he made the name of the Lord to be known. But amongst all the things that he had done, he became so proud. And God was about to destroy him together with the people of Jerusalem because he had forgotten about God and he had forgotten all that the Lord had made him successful. And he brought the pride above. So in all this story, I want to align my topic in this way, that even at our peak, let's not forget what the Lord has done. Let's not forget the Creator, because at times we become so successful and we forget who made us successful. At times we get so successful in our business and we praise the business and our minds get so attached with the business, but we forget who made us to be where we are. At times you find that somebody was down there. The moment he is raised and he is kept somewhere where people can recognize them and give them so much respect, they now take the throne and forget the Lord who has done all of that to them. So I want us to read about the story of Hezekiah and how he was given a sign that he would live for another 15 years. So in this topic, let your pride or let you not be proud when God blesses you. Even though you get blessed, don't forget of the Lord who made you to be where you are. Because at times you see that kings are brought down with their thrones because of disrespecting God, of not following God, or making people praise them other than praising the one who have made them to be where they are. So let's read in the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 32, and I will start from verse 24. 2 Chronicles chapter 32, I'll start from verse 24. This is the story of Hezekiah. About this time, King Hezekiah fell ill and almost died. He prayed, and the Lord gave him a sign that he would recover. But Hezekiah was too proud to show gratitude for what the Lord had done for him, and Judah and Jerusalem suffered for it. Finally, however, Jerusalem humbled themselves, and so the Lord did not punish the people until after Hezekiah's death. Up to there, you get that Hezekiah made the people of Jerusalem and Judah to suffer out of his pride. He had made the people to worship him and forget their creator. So it was until that Hezekiah died that they were punished because of what they were doing during when Hezekiah was the king. Let me repeat verse 26. That Let me start from verse 25. But Hezekiah was too proud to show gratitude for what the Lord had done for him. He was too proud to show even gratitude. He was not even recognizing God at his peak. At the time God blessed him and made him, his plans and all the vision and dreams that he had as a king become successful. He never showed gratitude. Finally, he did not show gratitude for what the Lord had done for him, and Judah and Jerusalem suffered for it. Finally, however, Hezekiah and the people of Jerusalem humbled themselves, and so the Lord did not punish the people until after Hezekiah's death. So they humbled themselves, but after Hezekiah died, these things, the punishment was made to be upon the people of Jerusalem and the people of Judah. King Hezekiah became very wealthy and everyone held him in honor. He had storerooms built for his gold, silver, precious stones, spices, shields, and other valuable objects. In addition, he had storehouses built for his corn, wine, and olive oil, barns for his cattle, and enclosures for his sheep. Beside all this, God gave him sheep and cattle and so much other wealth that he built many cities. It was King Hezekiah who broke the outlet for the spring of Gihon and channeled the water to flow through a tunnel to a point inside the walls of Jerusalem. Hezekiah succeeded in everything he did. And even when the Babylonian ambassadors came to inquire about the unusual event that had happened in the land, God let Hezekiah go his own way, only in order to test his character. So that's what Hezekiah was, how he became successful, even when the ambassadors of Babylon came to inquire about the unusual event that had happened, about the channeling of water from Gihon, where he channeled it to the walls of Jerusalem. God made him go away with it. He had nothing to explain, but God was testing his character. So in Isaiah chapter 38, this is where now he becomes ill. And remember, this illness, God was wanted to punish Hezekiah with the illness so that he could die because of what he had done or because of not showing gratitude to God. But when he prayed and told God of the things he had done, he had been loyal and faithful, God gave him a 15 years period to live. So let's read in Isaiah chapter 38. It reads, "About this time, King Hezekiah fell ill and almost died. The prophet Isaiah, son of Amoz, went to see him and said to him, 'The Lord tells you that you are to put everything in order because you will not recover. Get ready to die.' Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and prayed, 'Remember, Lord, that I have served you faithfully and loyally, and that I have always tried to do what you wanted me to.' And he began to cry bitterly." At times, we do not have to wait until God gives us a punishment or we are told that this is the end of us. It's good that always we check on our ways. It's good to check on our character. Are we the same people when God started with us from zero and he has lifted us from one level to another? Have we become so proud that we have forgotten to give God his position or his authority in our lives? Because Hezekiah had forgotten God, that's why in the book of 2 Chronicles, we have read about how he could not give gratitude to God. and this was the reason that he was supposed to die, and the people of Jerusalem and Judah were to be punished, and this happened after his death. So at this time now, he has turned to the wall and asked God that, I have tried to do what is right. I have been loyal. I have been faithful. Then the Lord commanded Isaiah to go back to Hezekiah and say to him, I, the Lord, the God of your ancestor David, have heard your prayer and seen your tears. I will let you live 15 years longer. I will rescue you and this city of Jerusalem from the empire of Assyria, and I will continue to protect the city. Verse 21, Isaiah told the king to put a paste, verse 7, that I will rescue you and the city of Jerusalem from the empire of Assyria, and I will continue to protect the city. Isaiah told the king to put a paste made of figs on his boil, and he would get well. Then King Hezekiah asked, what is the sign to prove that I will be able to go back to the temple? Because of his illness, he would not go back to the temple. So he asked for another sign, for a sign that he would get back to the temple. Isaiah replied, the Lord will give you a sign to prove that he will keep his promise. Isaiah replied, the Lord will give you a sign to prove that he will keep his promise. On the stairway built by King Ahaz, the Lord will make the shadow go back 10 steps, and the shadow moved back 10 steps. After Hezekiah recovered from his illness, he wrote this song of praise. So the song starts from verse 10 to the end of chapter 38 of Isaiah 38. So it's good that we do not forget about the Lord who have walked with us when we were struggling with life, when we had no direction to take, but when we decided to follow Christ, he showed us the direction to follow. At times you find so many people have lost direction, but they think that they are still on the right track. I was listening to another pastor saying that so many people have been lost, or have forgotten the ways of the Lord, but they do not know. And when people are searching for those lost ones, they are combining with them, or the lost people are combining with these who are the ones who are looking for the lost people, and they cannot find them because now they are together, but them, they don't know whether they have been lost or they have lost the direction of seeking God, of giving God his gratitude, or letting God to sit on his throne without repressing him with what he has blessed us with. Because you see that Hezekiah repressed God with the things that God had blessed him, and he was so honored. And the people of Jerusalem and Judah were to be punished because they had put Hezekiah on the throne of God. They had forgotten what the Lord had done to him and his reign as a king. So it's good that you know whether you are still on the right track. Have you replaced the Lord's with other things that he has blessed you with? Remember, he can take them away so that you still remember that he is the one who is supposed to receive the glory and honor. Other than you receiving it, even though people recognize you and give you a place of honor, you should know that that is not your work. There has been another greater power that has worked in and out so that you can be there. May you know whether you have been lost. May you not replace the gratitude or the authority of God with what he has blessed you with. May God bless you. I will see you in the next one.